In today's video, we're going to talk about all the reasons why so many people are flocking to Wake Forest, North Carolina when they come to move to Raleigh and the Triangle area. So Wake Forest is a very prominent city in the northern part of the Triangle area, literally just north of Raleigh. And it has experienced an amazing amount of growth over the past 10 to 20 years. There's a lot of stuff going on, and because of that, it's causing a lot of people to consider moving to Wake Forest versus Raleigh, Apex, Cary, or any of the other areas in and around the Triangle area. So just as a frame of reference, Wake Forest is located about 40 minutes from downtown Raleigh, about 44 minutes from Research Triangle Park, and is separated from North Raleigh, the northern section of Raleigh, by Capitol Boulevard. It's literally, without Capitol Boulevard, you would not be able to know where Wake Forest began and where Raleigh ended. As well, Wakefield Plantation, which is one of the larger neighborhoods in North Raleigh, sits on the border of Raleigh and Wake Forest, where a part of Wakefield is in Raleigh and a part of it is in Wake Forest. We've lived in Wake Forest for a few years now, and Wakefield has basically been almost absorbed into Wake Forest. If you wanted to go get coffee at Starbucks, you would as likely go into Wakefield to go to their Starbucks as you would to go on Retail Drive to go to the Wake Forest Starbucks, or on Rogers Road to go to the other Starbucks. So for longtime viewers of this channel, that means in and around Wake Forest there are 3 Starbuckses. Population-wise, Wake Forest currently has a population of 56,000, which sounds impressive, but it's even more impressive when you find out 20 years ago, the population was 20,000, which means there's been a 180% increase in the population of Wake Forest over the last 20 years. Clearly, Wake Forest is being recognized as a great place to live, and a lot of people are flocking here. As well, the population of Wake Forest is anticipated to grow to 63,000 in the next 5 years, according to worldpopulationreview.com. So why is it that Wake Forest has become so popular recently when most people typically want to move to Raleigh, but are now looking to focus more on the northern side and move into Wake Forest? The first reason Wake Forest has become so popular: it's beautiful. In our opinion, Wake Forest is definitely in the top 5 most beautiful cities in the Raleigh Triangle area out of the 25 cities and suburbs around here. There is a ton of natural beauty, natural vegetation, and trees around, hence the name Wake Forest. As well, Falls Lake sits just to the west of Wake Forest, adding even more to the natural beauty. Plus, you have a very charming downtown, which is anchored by the Baptist Theological Seminary right in the middle of downtown. And this, of course, was the former campus for Wake Forest University before Wake Forest University moved to Winston-Salem. Bottom line, it's just a really, really good-looking, charming city, lots of stuff to do, and lots of natural beauty. The number 2 reason so many people are flocking to Wake Forest: it's starting to feel a lot like North Raleigh. So North Raleigh for many, many years has been a great place to live, mainly because it's been fairly self-contained. If you didn't have to leave North Raleigh to head out for work, you pretty much had everything you needed right in a very small, local, centralized area. Grocery stores, shopping, great restaurants, etc. And for many years, Wake Forest sort of didn't keep up. There wasn't a lot going on in Wake Forest. But over the last few years, there's been a lot of growth going on in Wake Forest, obviously because of the population growth. You have the Targets now, the Walmarts, the Lowe's hardware, the Home Depots, etc. But there's also been a lot of really, really cool restaurants and shops that have popped up. Namely, Grove 98 is just now coming online. Grove 98 is a multi-use living and shopping and dining destination right in Wake Forest, right off of Highway 98. Wegmans, which is a very well-known, prominent grocery store from the northeast of the United States, has moved into Grove 98. Very, very popular place to go shopping these days. Along with that, there's been a lot of really cool restaurants that have opened up, like Cava, Torchy's Tacos, and a few other really cool stuff. But what's really making Grove 98 shine is all of the stuff going on in Phase 3 that's just now starting to open up. These include Five Guys Burgers, Dave's Hot Chicken, BB Bop, Asian Grill, and Paola Italian Street Food, just to name a few other things that are coming. And beyond all the restaurants, there's also some really cool services in Grove 98, such as One Medical, where you can go get all of your minor medical needs handled. Deca Dental is there. A location of the Sleep Number store is there. And coming soon, a O2 Fitness will be coming to phase 3 of Grove 98. This, of course, is the local chain of fitness centers, 18 in all, that this O2 Fitness company has. Very, very cool location. We've seen the renderings of what they're going to do at Grove 98. Super excited. We'll definitely be joining this gym as soon as they open up. So, bottom line of all this, Wake Forest is getting all of the conveniences that you used to expect to see only in North Raleigh, in that you could go a very short distance to get to a lot of different restaurants, shops, grocery stores, and other services. All that stuff is coming to Wake Forest, making Wake Forest a very convenient place to live. The number 3 reason people are flocking to Wake Forest, it's more affordable than North Raleigh. So the median home price for a home in North Raleigh currently is coming in at $565,000 overall. And breaking things out, new construction median home price is coming in currently at $610,000, and resale home prices are coming in at $545,000 currently. So those are North Raleigh prices. Compare that to what you can get in Wake Forest. Overall, the median home price for a home in Wake Forest is coming in at $515,000. New construction homes are coming in at $455,000. And resale homes are coming in with a median home price of $541,000 in Wake Forest. Now, I did indeed say the median home price for new construction in Wake Forest is coming in at $455,000. That is attributed to the large number of townhomes that are being currently built in the Wake Forest area. So adding that to the mix of single family homes will bring the cost down of median new construction homes to $455,000. So as you can see, price of homes in Wake Forest are less expensive than what you're going to find just over the border in North Raleigh. Now keep in mind, these are median home prices. Overall, when you look at the entire list, you can find homes in Wake Forest for as inexpensive as $275,000 and as expensive as $2 million and on up. So with all that being said, there's a variety of homes and a variety of home prices in Wake Forest, and the prices tend to be a little bit less expensive than you can find in North Raleigh. The next reason so many people are flocking to Wake Forest has an amazing, wonderful downtown. When we did a recent video on the best downtowns in the Raleigh Triangle area, Wake Forest came out very close to the top of the list because it's such a charming downtown, really well laid out with a nice, diverse list of restaurants and shops down there. For example, Wake Forest downtown has its very own brewery on White Street in downtown. And oddly enough, they consulted with multi-million-dollar marketing firms and came up with the name White Street Brewery. I'm joking. It's on White Street. It's a brewery, White Street Brewery. Really cool place, very good gathering place. On select weekends, White Street Brewery has musicians come and they're performing, and it's really, really cool, and there's food trucks. It's definitely a great destination. Check out their website for when they're going to be having events coming up. It's definitely worth your time to visit them and see what's going on down there. Beyond White Street Brewery, there's also Unwind, which is a really cool concept. I've been meaning to go to this place. It's a combination wine bar and yoga studio right in downtown Wake Forest. They even have a rooftop bar. I've heard nothing but good things about this place. Definitely a place to go check out if you're into yoga or wine, or yoga and wine. There's also a vegan bakery in downtown Wake Forest named Plant Cakes Bake Shop. So this is 100% vegan, 100% organic. I've seen some of their cakes and cookies and stuff. They look amazing. It's all plant-based, so definitely if you're into vegan foods, this might be a place you want to check out as well. And if you're a coffee lover, downtown Wake Forest has you covered as well. There's the Wake Forest Coffee Company, and also Black and White Coffee Roasters are both in downtown Wake Forest. We've been to Black and White very many times. It's very, very good coffee. Definitely recommended. Have not tried Wake Forest Coffee Company, but we will definitely put it on our list. If you've tried it, please comment below and let us know your thoughts on Wake Forest Coffee Company. So back to our list. What else makes downtown Wake Forest so cool? Well, there's a tapas bar called Bodega Tapas and Wine. We've been there. Very, very good food, great wine. Definitely a lively atmosphere. We highly encourage you to check that out as well. We've also talked about before the old Wake Forest University campus is now the Baptist Theological Seminary in downtown Wake Forest. Very charming area. Definitely have some great grounds that you can walk around and soak up all of the history of that part of town. And of course, there's much more, many more things coming all the time to downtown Wake Forest. Again, if you think of anything we've missed on this list of great downtown Wake Forest stopping points, put them in the comments. I'm sure everyone would love to hear about it. Great places that you would recommend that folks go and check out. The fifth reason so many people are flocking to Wake Forest, there's plenty of new construction. We've kind of touched on this a little bit earlier in this video, but there's all kinds of new construction going on. If you are looking for a townhome, a single family home, or a luxury estate, Wake Forest has got you covered. And in fact, 41% of the homes that were sold in Wake Forest in the past year were new construction homes. And of course, as North Raleigh has been built out and there's very few pieces of land left available, all that new construction had to go somewhere, and it started moving into the Wake Forest area. And just as an aside, our team has helped over 40 families over the past few years move into homes in the Wake Forest area. We've heard nothing but good things about their experiences living in the Wake Forest area. And in addition to all the new construction going on, the sixth reason so many people are flocking to Wake Forest, there's a lot of nice resale homes as well. So Wake Forest has been around long enough, and there's been enough building going on that there's a good number of resale homes available should you want to go that route. One of the most prominent neighborhoods in Wake Forest is Heritage. Heritage was built in the 2000s and therefore has had plenty of time to get established. As you drive through the neighborhood, you see amazing foliage. The trees have grown up. Its neighborhood has really matured and has become a great landmark in the city of Wake Forest and a great destination that a lot of people are continuing to move to. Heritage has a really nice clubhouse with a pool. Also has a golf course. Lots of really nice commercial stuff is in and around Heritage. It's a really convenient place to live in Wake Forest. And again, it's in really hot demand. Because of all the maturity that Heritage has and the shops and all of the stuff going on, homes that come on the market for sale in Heritage do not stay on very long. So needless to say, with all the cool stuff going on, Heritage is a great place to live. Another really amazing neighborhood in Wake Forest that has a lot of very nice resale homes is Hazen Tree. Hazen Tree also has a golf course, has a mega clubhouse with a restaurant inside. It's a gated community, sidewalks, the whole 9 yards. Very amazing neighborhood. Has done really well, and you can purchase home anything from regular single family homes all the way up to ultra high-end luxury homes in Hazen Tree. And another really great neighborhood they're actually still building in, but definitely qualifies as a very good resale opportunity is Holding Village. Holding Village is right off of Rogers Road, fairly close to Heritage, really very charming and some very nice affordable homes in Holding Village. And did I mention, great location, easy to get pretty much anywhere in Wake Forest, and therefore, of course, anywhere in the Triangle area really quickly from Holding Village. With all those great reasons why you should be thinking about moving to Wake Forest, what's it like to actually live in Wake Forest? Well, living in Wake Forest feels very much like living in a very established town that is still experiencing a good bit of rapid growth. It feels very much like an offshoot of North Raleigh. We've kind of alluded to that already in this video. Lots of nice shopping centers, grocery stores, restaurants, etc. that you are used to seeing in North Raleigh are kind of migrating their way into Wake Forest. Next question to answer, what is shopping like in Wake Forest? Now, of course, we've already talked about it a little bit with Grove 98, but let's go into a little bit more detail. For grocery stores, Wake Forest definitely has you covered. You've got that Wegmans we talked about that's in Grove 98. There are a couple of Harris Teeter grocery stores, 2 Lowe's grocery stores, a Publix, Food Lion, and a few others are well represented in Wake Forest. Also, and we've talked about it a little bit, Wake Forest definitely has its share of the chain stores like Target, Walmart, Lowe's Hardware, Home Depot, PetSmart, Staples, all of that sort of thing. So if you are wanting the big box chain stores, Wake Forest has definitely got you covered. And incidentally, one question we get a lot is there a Costco in Wake Forest? Well, at the time we're filming this video, there's not a Costco in Wake Forest. However, there's been rumblings that Costco has been looking for locations in Wake Forest, so we are not giving up hope that that will happen eventually. However, just to let you know, there is a Sam's Club in Wake Forest, and BJ's Wholesale is just down the street in Raleigh on Capitol Boulevard. So bottom line, you can have 2 of the 3 wholesale shopping destinations by living in Wake Forest. Also, another really cool shopping destination we need to tell you about is the Cotton Company, which is in downtown Wake Forest. The Cotton Company has several independent shops and boutiques within a single building. Very, very easy to get from one vendor to the next. Again, really charming, really convenient downtown location, and a great place to go check out. So now let's talk about the restaurant scene in Wake Forest. Admittedly, for many years, Wake Forest was a place that if you were going out for a meal, you would probably end up going to a chain restaurant. But things are starting to change rapidly in that regard. 2 of our very favorite Indian restaurants, Lazeez and Curry House, are in Wake Forest. These 2 are really amazing, authentic Indian restaurants that would compete with anything that you could find in Cary or Morrisville or really anywhere else around. Highly, highly recommend you go check those out if you're into Indian food. As well, there's Korean barbecue at Korean Kitchen. If you're a sushi lover, Asuka Sushi has you covered. And if you're into American fare, Over the Falls is a restaurant you cannot skip out on. There's also some really good seafood restaurants in Wake Forest. Backfins, Shuckers, and Cape Fear Crab House are all in Wake Forest. Another great restaurant to tell you about is Cha House. This is a traditional Taiwanese tea house and restaurant. They serve both boba and non-boba teas and coffees, as well as authentic food. Another restaurant we need to share with you is Paul and Jack's European Bakery. We go there almost every day, and Winston is absolutely obsessed with their croissants. Highly recommend you check this place out. Really, really great baked goods. Again, highly recommended. And beyond the Starbucks, as we told you about earlier, another great coffee shop is Summer Moon Coffee, again, right off of Retail Drive. We also need to tell you about a couple of restaurants that have just opened up. Piata Italian Street Food, that's in that Grove 98 we told you about, just opened up yesterday. We went and had salads there. They were amazing. Definitely want to recommend you go check them out. And then just up the street, Jeff's Bagel Run has just opened up. We haven't tried it, but it looks amazing. They have something like 14 different flavors of cream cheese to put on all their bagels, with flavors like cake batter, brown sugar cinnamon, cannoli, and many others. This is a must try for all you bagel lovers out there, especially you folks from the northern part of the country that are very finicky about your bagels. We hear you're gonna really like this place, and so therefore we recommend it. We'll definitely check it out ourselves and report back our thoughts on this place. And so these are just a couple of the restaurants that are continuing to open up. Many more coming to Wake Forest. We're very excited about the prospects for restaurants in Wake Forest in the near future. As far as things to do in Wake Forest, there's plenty of stuff to do in the area, including Strike and Barrel, which is a bowling alley in downtown Wake Forest. We told you about the new O2 Fitness. This place looks amazing. It's coming very soon to Grove 98. Highly recommend you check that out when it does come online. And of course, for things to do, you cannot forget the factory. There's an ice skating rink in this facility, along with a tumble gym for the young ones, and Battle House Laser Combat and Epic Axe for the older kids and the adults. And just over the border in North Raleigh, you've got Galaxy Fun Park in Wakefield. Again, this is super close to Wake Forest, so no time delay getting to this place. They've got go-karting, a laser tag room, a trampoline park, and even mini golf. It's all in an enclosed building. Very popular. Definitely recommend you check that one out. And of course, right near Galaxy Fun Park is the Marquee Cinema right there in Wakefield, where you can see some of the latest Hollywood productions. So what's to expect in Wake Forest's future? Well, certainly, as you've imagined from all that we've talked about on this video, there's going to be a continued growth going on in Wake Forest, and with that growth is going to come more traffic issues. The roads in Wake Forest are laid out a little bit wonky, unfortunately. The more established roads were laid down when the city was just a little town, and so with all the growth going on, unfortunately, you can expect to have some travel delays. They are making things better with new additional roads and extensions like Highway 98, but just be prepared. You could experience some traffic issues in Wake Forest, but with the negatives are also coming the positives. Again, we expect, and we've heard rumblings, that a Costco is going to be coming this way, and many more restaurants and shops are coming all the time. And of course, in Wake Forest's future is definitely going to come many more new construction neighborhoods. Wake Forest continues to be a very popular place for builders to build, and we do not expect that to stop anytime soon. So with all this positive information we've been sharing with you about Wake Forest, we do need to touch on all the negatives. Who is Wake Forest not a good fit for? Well, if you need to commute regularly to Research Triangle Park or Durham or Cary, Wake Forest may not be a good fit for you. Now, while there's a good number of people who live in Wake Forest and commute into Research Triangle Park and Durham, etc., it really depends on where in Wake Forest you live. If you live on the west side of Wake Forest near Hasten Tree neighborhood, the commute into Research Triangle Park and Durham via Highway 98 is really not an issue. But if you live to the northern part of Wake Forest, it could take you a good bit of time to travel from your home to Research Triangle Park. As well, you don't want to live in Wake Forest if you do not want to live in a town that is growing and changing rapidly. Frankly, there are a lot of people who are originally from Wake Forest or maybe moved to Wake Forest when it was a small town who aren't really comfortable with all the growth and changes they're having to experience with the traffic issues and all of the new stores and the new people moving in. So if you're not comfortable with a lot of change and a lot of growth, Wake Forest may not be a good fit for you. As well, Wake Forest may not be a good fit for you if the prices in Wake Forest housing have gotten a bit out of your budget. Now, with all of the growth that's been going on in Wake Forest, prices have been going up. There's some really great affordable homes out in Youngsville and Franklinton. Feel free to contact us. We'll be happy to fill you in on all the details. And so if you're thinking about moving to Wake Forest or any other part of the Triangle, contact us at the information below. We'll be happy to help you out. Check out this video. We think you're really going to like this one as well. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.